In March of 2020, Colorado passed legislation replacing Columbus Day with Cabrini Day, honoring Saint Frances Cabrini. But who was Frances Cabrini? Inside Edition Digital visited the Saint Frances Cabrini Shrine in New York City to learn more.
Mother Cabrini was the first citizen of the United States to be proclaimed a saint. Mother Cabrini is the patron saint of immigrants. She was originally from Italy and came here to work with immigrants in 1889, building schools and orphanages and establishing hospitals. When Mother Cabrini came here, it was at a time when immigration to the U.S. was beginning to peak, and she came specifically to care for them. Her compatriots there were living in extreme poverty. In the Lower East Side of New York, there were slums, there were very few housing regulations. You had whole apartment buildings using an outhouse in the back. Mother Cabrini, over the course of 34 years, opened 67 different institutions. By that I mean schools, orphanages, hospitals. It's mind-boggling how many things that she did and in how many locations. She was all the way across the United States. She was in Seattle, she was in California, she was in Colorado, she was in Chicago, New Orleans, where they had to deal with a yellow fever epidemic. Mother Cabrini was a tremendous businesswoman. All of these orphanages and schools had business contracts. She knew how to read a contract, and we're talking an age when women were not doing that. And she knew how to drive a hard business bargain without being mean about it. She was just firm and straight to the point. Mother Cabrini was very much focused on people. She was focused on solving problems. She was focused on not taking a position of anti-this or pro-that, but of people. She honored the humanity of every single person that she met. She cared about the humanity of every person she met. She was a tremendous fighter for social justice.
The example of Mother Cabrini is a far cry from Christopher Columbus, who was responsible for enslaving countless people in the West Indies and nearly wiping out the Taino people. And in case you're wondering what a shrine is, Julia Attaway explains.
A shrine is a sacred place that houses the relics of a saint, so that people can come and draw near physically to that saint and seek the intercession of that saint in order to draw closer to God. This is the statue that we bring out in processions, usually on her feast day, sometimes on the birthday as well. This is a robe that she wore, her coat, from when she was in Argentina. These are my favorites over here. We have her shoes, a pair of shoes, and because they were inexpensive shoes, they're both made the exact same. So there was not a left foot and a right foot, you just had 2 feet.
People may visit the Saint Frances Cabrini Shrine in northern Manhattan, which contains most of Frances Cabrini's earthly remains, every day of the week except Monday.
I don't think you have to be of the Catholic faith to learn from Mother Cabrini. What everyone can learn from her is that you start with love. You start with your values. You start with how you think people should be treated. You start with what you think people need, what you know people need, and then live every day and make every action aimed towards that and trying to make it better.
This is Inside Edition Digital.